Hello guys, how you doing? It's Tony here. Yes, I am. I'm here. Yeah. Okay now, I know, right? Fucking video. Yeah. Basically, not been on. Not been making videos. You guys have been subscribing. I look at you guys that have been subscribing and I think, wow, I'll do a video for you guys on an old game that I reviewed a while back, a fair while back actually. I haven't uploaded a video for like 6 months now. Like, that's just dreadful. Normally I would try and do one a day, but obviously right now I'm just going to take it easy and then record when I feel like it. Right? So this way I can get back into the swing of things. So I'm just going to repair my ship, buy some repair kits, and tell you a little bit about this game. So this is Naval Action Beta. Okay? This is Naval Action Beta. Although, don't think it's gone into the beta yet, think it's still the alpha, although the game says that it's Naval Action Beta, so we're just going to say that it's an alpha. Why not? So this is the game that I showed you, where it used to be in an arena type, where you would go up against players and shoot them to all hell with ships and guns and cannons and stuff like that. And now it's kind of transformed a little bit. So right now I am in my Cerberus, and a Cerberus is, well, this is a basic Cerberus, but it's not quite a frigate, but it is relatively quite damaging technically. But yeah, recently there's been a patch where they've threw away the old cannons and made it historically accurate, and so we have this now. So now you can actually equip your vessels with different stuff. So right now I have Marines as my upgrades. I can only have one. It's dependent on how good the ship is. So as you saw back here, this is a basic Cerberus, and this is a common yacht or an exceptional Constitution. So if I switch to Constitution, you will see that I have everything basically unlocked, all the upgrades. But I can't use that yet because this one requires about 450 crew and I only have 168, sorry. So this game has changed quite a bit. It's gone from an arena to an open world based. They're still updating it. There's still a few things obviously, to do with it, but they have added all different types of things. So you have still the same old ships, although they have been remade slightly, retextured and all that fancy stuff. You have the equipment, which is, the weapons, the cannons, the cannonades, and the back and the front and the mortars. You now get mortars in this. And as you can see, you now have a warehouse to store your stuff. And they do have the rating system, which obviously I just showed you, basic, common, fine. I don't think I have anything else in here right now. Mastercraft being the best, I think. Yeah, I think it is anyway. I'm not entirely sure. And then you got events, so you still have the large and the small battles. So they still have that arena-esque style to it. So you can go into the arenas and fight anything. Like large battles and small battles are pretty much the same. It's just how many players can join. So large battles you might get about 20 in total players or something like that, and then in a small battle you might have 10, like 5 aside kind of thing. Then you also have missions. I will be doing a mission for you guys today in the hopes of not completely dying. So I'm going to accept this one, and then that's where I'm going to show you some of the combat when we get to it. So the way it works now is at the top right you have your rank and your gold. So the gold used to buy ships and equipment and everything that costs money in the game, not real money but gold. Then XP is based on the new ranking system. Now with the new ranking system, you can't just start the game and sail out in your exceptional Constitution. You have to get your rank up in order to get more crew. So right now, you start out as an ensign, I believe. I think, is it ensign or is it midshipman? I think you start as a midshipman with about 40 crew or so. And then you get, and then you go on to the next rank and you get a few more, a bit more crew, and it goes on and on and on. That's why I have Marines mainly, because they add a little tiny bit of crew. So I'm not just... Because so far the Cerberus takes 195 and I only got 175. Now, if you don't have the full amount of crew, there are penalties in reload time, repair time, turning speed, not speed, etc, etc. So it does matter a lot about what you actually have as a crew, as crew-wise goes. Also, they've recently put out an update where it's all historical amounts of cannons on the ship. So the ships will have historically accurate amount of cannons. Now, you have the shop as well. This is another kind of new thing. They did have it in the old one, but you know, it was fairly simplistic. With this one, you can buy resources, get into that later. Materials, get into that later. Consumables, get into that later. Cannons for your ships. So you have one first class, a 10th class. Now, there's only basically all these. Your ship can only have a certain class. So as you can see here, the lower deck can have 6 to 9 or 4 to 8. I think it can have 4 to 8. I wouldn't have thought I would be able to have a 4th class like cannonade or something like that. I don't think I can. I could try, but I think it'd be a bit of a waste of money. But why not? We're here. We might as well try. So this is class 4. I'm not sure what this is, to be actually quite honest with you guys, because, you know, obviously I've just started this game as well. And we can have 32-pounder carronade on our lower deck. But these are going to take a long ass time to reload, so we're going to keep them. Now, there are a lot of types of cannons, as you might know. There's a medium cannon, long cannon, and carronade. I think that is all of them for now. Yeah, that is all of them. So, as you might know, medium cannon is for medium range. No shit, Tony. No shit. No, but serious. The medium cannons are for medium range. The long cannons are for long range. Long cannons are incredibly accurate, but take a while to reload. Medium cannons, again, they are incredibly quite accurate, but only at medium range. And in carronades, you literally have to go lick their face to shoot these, because then it does more damage. If you're on a little ship like a Cerberus or a yacht, then having carronade is good because it has more penetration value other than the long cannon and the medium cannon, which are for bigger ships that have lots of them, basically. Right. So that's the cannons explained. Right. So obviously you can go from first class to 10th class. I've gone to 4th class somehow. I don't know how this is going to work out because I haven't tested it yet. So before we had this, we only had where are they? We had 18 pounders of carronade, which is class 7, and now we have 32 pounders. So we doubled up pretty much, almost doubled up. Obviously, it'd be much higher than it is, but fair enough. Right. So then you have the fleet. So now you can actually hire ships. You can hire 3 more ships. You can take up to 2 ships as your fleet. Are you sure you wouldn't do repair cutter? Yes. Basically, this is the AI right here, basically, of your fleet. They're not very smart, even though it does stand for artificial intelligence. And they will crash into a lot, so be prepared for that. So basically, you can buy them. You can buy these ships. They do have durability, as so do your ships. And every single time your ships get sunk, or you lose a battle, I think if you lose a battle, then it goes down by 1. When it's 0, you lose the ship. End of. You can't get it back. There's no fixing it. So basically, when these guys have died 5 times, then I have to buy a new one. That's the basic premise of it. Now, the ships in this game are sold at different ports. So this one only has a yacht, a Lynx, a Trader's Lynx, a Cutter, a Brig, and a Romney. And a third rate, a Constitution, and a Satisima. This one's the biggest ship in the game. This one requires 1,050 crew, other than the Constitution, which I have, which obviously, you know, is 450. And then the third rates are just called third rates. They're a bit better than the Constitution, considering the crew and the firepower that they are allowed, as well as the number of decks. The Satisma has 4 decks in total. That is a lot of firepower, trust me. So obviously you can only have these when you get up to a certain rank. So I can't buy a Satisma and then go about and wreck everyone in it because I wouldn't have the crew. So that's the basic of the concept of having crew. Now they have also put in crafting. Now you got woodworking, casting, weaving, manufacture, cannons, shipbuilding. So if I wanted to build a Victory, which is a quite good ship, then I would need all of these. They've recently put in gold coins as well, which is just a cost. 65 is not that much. And then you got the hull, the rigs, and the fitting. So if I wanted to make 64 rudder parts, then I would need 1 oak log and 1 iron ingots in order to create 3 rudder parts. And then the way that you make the rudder parts and get the resources is to buy them from the shop. So you go to your resources, there's the oak logs, there aren't any, so you need to go to a port which sells them. And this is how crafting works. Now, I haven't really heard of any rumors saying that they're going to be putting in business like buildings, like you would have in the Pirates of the Burning Sea. And, you know, where you would spend so much labor and so much money in order to get oak logs and all that kind of stuff. I haven't heard any of those rumors, so maybe in the future, you just never know. And then the last thing, which is Conquest. So Conquest in this game is pretty simple. I mean, it's simple enough because obviously it's an alpha and it needs to be simple. So you select which city you want to take. So say if we want to take Rad K, which belongs to the United States. Now it's a shallow water harbour, so no big ships can go into it. And the port battle requires anything from a Lynx to a Mercury, so that is very small ship sizes. Now you can get information, and then you have to buy a flag, which is 32,000. Now, what happens then is that you go to the harbour, you put the flag there, you wait 5 minutes, you have a port battle with the AI, or if there are any actual players in the vicinity, then you will fight them as well. And that's basically it. You have to destroy 2 towers, and then you get the port. So obviously in this game now they have added a lot more nations. You have neutral, which should be self-explanatory, they're neutral. España, which is Spain. France, which is France, obviously. Great Britain, which is Great Britain. Vernigade Princeton, which is fuck knows what that is. Denmark, not gonna bother pronouncing this shit. Savage, which sounds like a Russian name, and the United States. So they've added quite a few nations, but again, the nations don't have ships, have nation-specific ships. They just have the basic, not basic, but they just have the ships listed here. So anyone can get the Satisma, anyone can get the Roname, anyone can get the Yacht, anyone can get the Trader's Thing, etc., etc. So what you're wanting to do now is you're going to probably want me to set sail, which I'm going to do. But just to add a few more things, you can sell your ships, you can put on sale for a specific price, and you can break them up, which basically means you strip them down for parts. Then you've got outposts, which I just won't go into because there's nothing really much interesting about outposts other than storing ships. So we're going to set sail. Also, if you brought the game before, like way back when, you get a lot of redeemable stuff. But at the moment, the game is not for sale. I believe it's coming out on Steam soon in the early access, so keep an eye on that. And then that's the next place where you'll be able to buy it. And then this is the new... Oh god, that guy just fucking popped in front of me. What's he? Devil Greasy. He's in a pirate frigate. So we're going to set sail. Now, the way that missions work on this, they will appear on your map. Now, you don't have an actual compass to do this, so it's more using this down here, which obviously is a compass, but you don't have anything on the map. So what I figured out is this is north, this is east, this is south, and that's west, right? That's it. A lot of people think there's some complicated shit to it. There isn't. So our one is completely north of us, so we just have to head north. We're going to head northwest at first, because as you can see down here, there are shallows by the by my ship. So the shallows, we can't go into the shallows. No one can, because we would end up just hitting, you know, the earth that's beneath it, or whatever, the land beneath it. So I think they've only just introduced the weather effects. So as you can see, there's rain water appearing on my computer screen, and that is the new weather effects they just added, I do believe. Now, as for the ship, there's not much to it. I mean, there's great detail. I love the bloody detail on this game. I really do. Like, you know, you got your rigging, you got your masts, you got your sails, everything that makes the ship. You got your cannons, you know, and each of the cannons do look different. So the carronades look obviously quite small, and then the long cannons, they look quite long, and then medium cannons, they look, well, medium. So, to explain a few things on here, you have the chat, obviously, and then you got your ping, your FPS, that's ping, that's FPS. I do have very low FPS. I really need to upgrade my computer before I do any newer games for you guys, if I want to record any newer games. So, don't expect any newer titles appearing on my channel. Then you have the online. There's a very, very closed community at the moment, considering you can't really buy the game. Because, well, it's not for sale. It used to be, but then they took it off for sale so that they could have a rather closed community of people reporting bugs and glitches. Which, you know, not a bad idea, but obviously they're going to be putting it onto early access soon, so when that goes up, you guys will be able to buy it. And then, you know, you have your clans on here as well, which I'm a part of the Black clan, the captains of the Black flag. And yeah, I mean, you can come with your buddies and say, hey, let's make a fleet. Woo, yeah. So you can, and if you group up, there's a grouping system where you can go into the same battles. The missions, however, are only for you, like specifically for you, so no one will be able to help you in those, apart from the AI. And then all the other stuff you see here up in the top left, you know, you got your crew, your sails, how much damage you've taken. You can repair your ship whenever you get damaged. Obviously my crew isn't damaged, it's just that I haven't got a max crew yet. And then you got your repair kit, so if you come out of battle and you're obviously damaged, you can repair on sea, so you don't have to go back to a port. And then you got your teleport, which brings you back to the main port. And then this is the time at the moment and your days at sea, so you can see how sad you are at life and see how long you've been at sea for. And reinforcements available are just the area where you are allowed personally to receive a reinforcement. So that's about it for that. We're coming up to the mission. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You got your skipper auto. I don't really do manual sails yet. I've been only just really started the game up again, like maybe a week ago, so I still need to learn that. And this is our mission. The missions are displayed on the actual game world map by two swords crossed, so it won't be that difficult to miss. And basically you just have to press enter. But before I do that, I want to explain more things, some simple things. This is the compass, the crew, the sails, and this is a very important thing where you can go from stop to dead slow to battle to slow to half to full. Right? Okay, cool. Glad we got that sorted out. So then we can enter the battle, where you get some quotes. Good captain, good kill, good what? Good captain, good. Kill him now. They do have some Pirates of the Caribbean references as well, which is quite funny. Again, top right, you can see Naval Action Alpha, so I guess it is an alpha. And then you get this loading screen. Obviously, it's loading up all the different shit to it and all the different boats, and you get this for a while. Obviously, I'm recording, so it's taking a bit longer. And here we go. This is the battle screen. So currently, I have my two cutters with me, and we're against a Mercury, which is actually I think it's a ship before mine. So they've also updated the ranks as well. Cool. It now shows that I'm a Marauder. Awesome. So basically, top left you have the top bar. There is basically the top bar. There's actually no way to pause this, by the way, guys, because it's a live action thing, so I have to explain it as I go. The top left you have Black Tonius, and then you have that ship icon. Now the ship icon shows 2 long bars and 2 small bars. The top bar of those 2 long bars is your left. Now as you can see, the outlining of the ship as well, it's pretty self-explanatory really. You know, the top is your left, the bottom is your right, the front is your front, and the back is your back. When you lose a certain amount of the blue stuff right there, you start taking on leaks, which is displayed again by the 4 zeros, the top amount of zeros being your left and the bottom being your right, I think. And then you got your rudder, your pump, and your magazine. If your rudder gets hit, then you end up losing maneuverability and all that kind of stuff. Now these 32-pound cannons do a lot of damage. As you can see, the smoke effect is absolutely lovely. Like that's one of the things I love about this game. It's just it has amazing smoke effects, which, you know, when you have a lot of ships, is really quite nice to see. Now excuse my aiming because I haven't actually played for a couple of days, so my aiming is going to be terrible. Now, just to explain a few things, I want this to go on for a while. You got your bottom right, which is your basic map. So, you know, you got the red, the white, and then you got you yourself are coloured in. So that basically shows you. And then you basically, your 3 things at the top left, your rudder, your pump, your magazine, those can be damaged. If your rudder is damaged, you won't be able to turn. If it's red, what I mean is, if it's red damaged, it won't be able to turn. You won't be able to do anything with your rudder. Your pump, if that gets hit, you won't be able to pump out water when you get leaks. And the magazine, if the magazine gets hit, then basically you get on fire and there's a small chance that you might blow up. Just so you guys know that. So, next thing, bottom left, the same principle. It shows you your crew, how much percentage of sails have been hit or have not been hit. So I'm at 100% so far, my sails are fine. And then I'm at full speed. Again, I've showed you that before we came into the battle. Now, you have R and V, which unlocks sector focus auto. So, I don't know what that means. I can't tell you what that means. And then you have V, which is the rolling front fire mode. So, when you press space or left click, your cannons will be fired from the front to the back of your ship, right? So, if I show you now, the front cannon, it's going to fire first, then the back, and etc, etc. Right? Okay, cool. Then you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which it all says, you know, your left ammo, your right ammo, your front ammo, your back ammo. So that's just all the cannons. Now, if you go into it, you can see it has ball, chain, double, and grape. Ball is just faster reloading, chain is for sails, double is for more damage, and grape is for crew. As you may already know if you are a sail ship fan like myself, and especially the pirate era. Like, I love all that stuff. Like, it's great. So while you are shooting, you can press space and that will fire a single shot, or as you saw before, where I press left the left mouse button, it fires every single one in the fire mode that you have selected. Now, as you can see, as I'm hitting him, you can see in the top right, his bar is slowly going down because he's getting hit. Oh, I missed that one actually. As you saw there, it went down a little bit. As you saw there, it went down a little bit. And as soon as we get him down enough, he will start gaining leaks. And then that's when you sink. So when you gain leaks, in the bottom left, you will see the compass slowly filling up with water. And what that basically means is that you need to switch to number 8 on the skill crew focusing thing. Great explanation, Tony. So you have 5 as repair, 6 as sailing, 7 as gunnery, 8 as five, and 9 as boarding. Number 5 basically allows you to repair your ship. Number 1 will repair your ship as a whole. It won't fix it all, but it will fix a certain amount. Repair sails, basically it repairs your sails. And then urgent repair fixes fixes everything in the top left. So if you have leaks, it will fix that. If your rudder is out, it will fix that. If you have a magazine that's caught fire, it will fix that. Also, you only have one repair pack when you're in battle, so you can only repair your ship once, your sails once, but the urgent repair has a 5-minute cooldown. So now that the battles have been increased to 150, about, I think it's like 130, 1 hour 40, I think, I'm not entirely sure. So the battles are longer, so you can actually repair more now and all that good stuff. Number 6, this is for sailing. This is if you want a better turn rate. I think it increases your speed ever so slightly, and that's about it. So you can sail into the wind more and still have an average speed, and you can turn faster. Now, gunnery, when you do switch over, it makes this noise. When you switch over to sailing, gunnery, or survival, it will make a whistling sound. So I have turned up all the sounds in this just so you guys can hear it. If you press J as well, you can ring your bell. But yeah, back to the point. Survival, gunnery will improve your reload time and the accuracy and the damage, I think. As I said to you guys, I haven't got like the full kind of, obviously I haven't tested a lot of this stuff out yet, so I'm going by what may be seen as common sense. Which is bad for me, to be fair, because I rarely have any. And then you got survival. Survival will fix the top left things very slowly. Not all of them though. The 3 main things like the rudder, the pump, the magazine, and it will also make sure to use the pump to pump out the water. And I am about to ram this guy when I didn't even mean to, so this is going to be a bit nasty. Oh god. So when I did that, I got leaks. So I will have to press survival in order to get rid of those leaks. When it's 1, it means the leak is quite severe, and it will probably start bringing on water. As you can see at the bottom left, I am taking on water. So that will fix that, hopefully. So in survival, it will start getting rid of the leaks and it will start pumping out the water, and then you'll be fine. When you gain water, you lose speed and you lose maneuverability, but you don't really lose any cannons like fire rates, and my AI ship just fired at me because he's a twat. So yeah, has he sunk? He's sunk my cutter. What prick? But yeah, I can fire from the back as well. I do have back cannons and I missed both of them because I'm exceptionally good at this game. So he should be sinking right now. He's easily sunk. He will sink because you can already see the fact that his right hand side is already pretty much underwater. His crew will begin to drown and die a horrible death. But back to the subject at hand. My cutter is actually firing on him right now, which is good. So basically, that's survival. It was, as you can see, it's already pumped out the water. It's already fixed the leaks, so now I don't have any water coming onto my ship. Boarding, when you press boarding, it will go into this mode where it starts counting up from 0 all the way to 100. I'm just going to take that off because I don't actually need it. So boarding preparation, what it basically does, I don't know why it's still counting up. I think it's because the red circle, when the red turns green, it means that it's fully switched, so it will stop counting. And my enemy is dead, so I can actually leave whenever I want to. But it gives me a chance to actually explain some more stuff. So if I stop completely, I can continue. So boarding, how it works is that it's like a little mini game. You select what kind of attacks you want to do. So if you want to fire a broadside, if you want to use muskets to attack them, if you want to use fire bombs, or if you just want to charge, or if you want to escape as well, or if they are starting to attack, you can brace. And that'll basically counter like a full side broadside, all that kind of stuff. That's basically the boarding, but I would have to go into it to explain it more, which I will do in a later video. For now, I think this video is perfectly fine to stop it right here and see if you guys would actually like me to play this more. I can record it. I do play with a group of friends as well as my clan. No, obviously the people I play with aren't in the clan, but the clan are in the clan, so they're the clan. Whatever. There isn't really much else to explain, to be honest with you. I'll show you the going out screen when I think of anything else that I want to explain. I think that's about it. Oh, yes. Bottom left, you can see a grey line going through my ship. Now, that is the direction of the wind. Wherever the arrow is pointing, that is the way the wind is blowing. So if you're in a relatively big ship like mine, if you go into the wind, you're going to stop fairly well. You're going to be at a dead stop pretty much, unless you have enough speed. And then what basically happens is that you need to turn quite quickly in order to catch the wind back onto your sails so that you can turn. If you don't, you pretty much go backwards because the wind is obviously blowing your sails backwards, which they're not really meant to do. And then you just have to turn it. Now, as you can also see, you see those three kind of orangey masts right in the middle of my ship. Those are for manual control. So if I do manual, I can press E and that'll turn my actually, if I just simply go along here just so that you can actually see. So that turns E and Q and E turns my sails for me. And then Z and C wait, is it Z and C? Okay, X and Z, or X and Z, depending on where you're from, will control the others. Depending where the wind is blowing, it may not let you. And then you can just press F again to go back into auto skipper. So if you want to sail it properly yourself, you can obviously go manual. Manual is obviously a little bit harder, but it has greater benefits. So you can actually make your sails turn so that you can catch the wind directly and then go faster. That's the good thing about it, obviously. Bad thing is you have to micromanage everything. So you have to turn the sails and turn yourself, turn the sails back around, etc., etc. So anything else here that I have to explain is probably not really needed because I've already explained everything. As you can see at the bottom, actually, there's your speed, your knots. You can left click, A and D. If you press it twice, it will set it into continuous left turning, or if you press D twice, it will turn into continuous right turning. So you don't have to actually do it yourself. You don't have to keep on pressing it down because it makes it feel like you're turning faster. It will do it itself. And then obviously you can just turn it off by pressing the D button or the D button or the A button once, and it will turn it off. So that's about it. That's literally about it for the graphical user interface. Obviously you guys probably already figured out down in the middle of the screen at the bottom that it says double ball. There's 13 double and 2 ball. Basically I have 13 cannons each side, and that's how many are loaded. Pretty simple. That's about it. Ooh, actually I do have this, which is the command screen, which I completely forgot about. You can tell your ships to attack whichever target if there are multiple ones. So if you press destroy, the ships will focus on simply destroying the hull. If you want demast, they will start firing chain shots. Free mode, they'll do whatever the fuck they want. They'll just go and attack anyone. Hold fire, if you kind of don't trust them when you're boarding them because they will most likely shoot you instead of the enemy. Follow me is just basically, you want them to follow you if you want them to protect you and if you want them to focus on a specific area. Retreat, you can tell them to retreat and they retreat instantly, but you do have to wait a little while. And then stop is just go. No, I'm joking. It's stop. They just stop dead. They just say fuck it, we're stopping here because we've been told to. And you can click on the enemy ships and whatnot, but I don't have any here to explain it. But yeah, that is literally everything I have to show you. And obviously you have the... Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally pressed F11. That's supposed to be the bug report screen, but unfortunately it's also the screenshot on DX Story, so it brought me out of the game. So I don't know, you might see something weird in game. It might just go black for a bit. I might have to cut that out if I can find it in the video. But that's about it. I will show you the leave battle screen. So when it's over, you can just press leave battle. It tells you you have completed the Marauder order and received 3,000 gold and 100 XP. Obviously, it won't tell you that. Now, for the rest of this, you have your combat results. I've received 5.2k gold and 91 XP. This is what you get in the battle. It's not the mission. So we have technically gained about, well, we've gained about 191 XP and a fair bit of gold. About 8k gold, maybe 9k. And then also it gives you unassigned loot, which obviously it hasn't done for me because I didn't get any loot. And then I don't know what this is. This is just vessels for what you captured, if you capture them. So guys, going a bit tired. Basically you can capture vessels and then take them back and set them and whatnot and all that kind of shit. And then you can click for overviews. So I did 2012 damage. Now depending on how much damage you do and how many kills you get and how many of their crew you killed, you'll get a certain amount of XP. So I got 1 kill out. So you get 50 XP for every kill, basically. So when you get up to bigger ships, you will get more XP just because 1, you do more damage, and 2, you're just going to kill more people, as well as more crew. Now you do lose XP if you cause friendly damage, cause crew kill damage, or cause a friendly ship to be killed. And of course the only way you can earn gold is by doing damage, but that also calculates your fleet as well. So obviously my fleet did a lot more damage than me because 1, they have faster firing guns, they also have cannonade, there's also 2 of them. So obviously it's a bit hard to outperform 2 of them. So that's just about it, guys. Finding the purpose in Port Royal. So that is literally about it. Quite literally. I mean, there isn't really much else to explain. I mean, it's not really all that complicated of a thing to understand. I have no more missions. I'll go back to port and then I'll end the video, I'll just explain the map right now. Basically, you have your map, you have the different kind of port towns, and then you have your major ports, which are obviously Mortimer Town, Pittstown, Kingston, Port Royal, well, Kingston and Port Royal, whatever that is, Christiansted, Gustavia, and Fort Royal, as well as for the Spanish, the Willemstad and Charlestown for the United States, and Le Habana for the Spanish as well. We do have more than one pirate main town, but I think, oh no, wait, that's neutral town, yeah. So basically the colours around it shows what they are. So red is for Great Britain, orangey yellow is for Spain, greyed out is for neutral, black is for pirate, green is for the United States, blue is for France, darkish orange is for the Verenigde, whatever that is actually called, because I can't pronounce it correctly because I'm a tit, and I can't actually find Denmark, which is strange. I don't know what colour they actually are. Don't know if there are many Denmark actual players, to be fair. But yeah, that's about it for the map. And basically, those are the maps you can take. Those are the ones that you can actually take over. As you can see, there is a battle going on at the moment. Pirates v Great Britain. You can join in after before 5 minutes, I think. It's not really clear on how long you get. But that's the map screen explained. You can have Conquest, which is obviously the active ones, and then the last ones. Oh, here we go. Denmark is kind of brown. I don't think they own anything, to be fair, because I don't think there are actually any Denmark players online at all. No. Because the main ones, the main factions are the United States, Great Britain, and España. Those are like the 3 main ones, and then you got the pirates. You know, there aren't many pirates, but yeah, there's a few. There's a few. So that's about it, guys. Ready? I mean, I've explained all the basics. There's not much else I can tell you. And yeah, it's really just about it. So if you guys want to get this game, then wait for it to be released on Steam. And then when it's released on Steam, you can buy it and you can have the same fun as I'm having on it. It's really great fun, especially if you like the old sail ships and if you like shooting cannons at people. So thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you comment, rate,